Want to burn more calories without doing extra workouts? Let your food do the work. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds like one of those late-night infomercial promises right next to the spray-on hair and the gadget that slices, dices, and juliennes your credit card. But hear me out. Your body, this magnificent, albeit occasionally gassy, biological machine, has a built-in furnace called a metabolism. And just like any furnace, what you put into it for fuel can dramatically affect how hot it burns. We often get bogged down in the simple, yet brutally unforgiving math of calories in versus calories out. It's a solid principle, don't get me wrong, but it's not the whole story. It's like saying the only thing that matters in a car is how much gas you put in the tank, completely ignoring the engine's efficiency, the type of fuel, or whether you're driving uphill in a snowstorm. The type of food you consume can actually stoke the metabolic flames, compelling your body to burn more energy just by processing it. So today, we're not just talking about eating less. We're going to talk about eating smarter. We're going to dive deep into the pantry, pull out 7 culinary allies, and explore the very science of how they can help you turn your internal thermostat up a few notches. We're going on a gastronomic journey to supercharge your system, one delicious, scientifically sound bite at a time. Grab your lab coat and your favorite fork, because class is officially in session. First up on our metabolic tour, we have 2 of the world's most popular beverages, coffee and green tea. Now, most people reach for these for the get-up-and-go factor, the jolt that turns a zombie-like shuffle into something resembling a productive human gait. That jolt comes from a little molecule you may have heard of, caffeine. Caffeine is a central nervous system stimulant, which is a fancy way of saying it pokes your brain and says, "Hey, wake up and do stuff." This doing stuff includes revving up your metabolic rate. It's a temporary boost, mind you, but a consistent, moderate intake can add up over time. Think of it as giving your engine a little shot of nitrous oxide every morning. But wait, there's more. Especially in the case of green tea, we have to talk about catechins, specifically one called epigallocatechin galat, or EGCG for those of us who don't want to sprain our tongues. This powerful antioxidant works in concert with caffeine to enhance a process called thermogenesis, which is your body's way of producing heat by burning calories. So, a cup of green tea isn't just a soothing ritual. It's a tag team of compounds working together to tell your fat cells it's time to get to work. It's a 1-2 punch of stimulation and antioxidant power, all steeped in a humble cup. Next, let's talk about the building blocks of life itself, protein. I'm talking about eggs, a glorious self-contained nutritional powerhouse, lean chicken, the versatile workhorse of the fitness world, and lentils, the humble legume that packs a mighty protein punch. When you eat, your body has to expend energy to digest, absorb, and process the nutrients. This is called the thermic effect of food, or TEF. And here's the secret. Not all macronutrients are created equal in this regard. Protein is the undisputed heavyweight champion of TEF. Your body has to work significantly harder, burning far more calories, to break down protein compared to fats or carbohydrates. We're talking a metabolic boost of up to 30% for protein versus a measly 5 to 10% for carbs, and a paltry 0 to 3% for fats. That means for every 100 calories of chicken you eat, your body might use up to 30 of those calories just to process it. It's like buying something on sale before you've even left the store. You're getting a metabolic discount just by choosing a protein-rich meal. It's an investment in satiety and a tax on the calories themselves. Are you ready to feel the burn, both literally and metabolically? Let's talk chili peppers. That fiery sensation you get from a jalapeno or a habanero isn't just your taste buds screaming for mercy. It's the work of a fascinating compound called capsaicin. This is the molecule responsible for the heat in peppers, and it does more than just add a kick to your salsa. When capsaicin hits your system, it binds to pain receptors, the same ones that detect actual heat, tricking your body into thinking the temperature is rising. Your body's response? To cool down, of course. This cooling process requires energy. Your heart rate might increase, you might start to sweat, and your metabolism gets a temporary but noticeable jolt into a higher gear. It's a classic case of physiological trickery. Furthermore, some studies suggest that capsaicin can encourage your body to use fat for fuel, and may even have a slight appetite-suppressing effect. So, adding a little spice to your meals isn't just about culinary adventure. It's a way to gently nudge your internal furnace, turning up the heat and encouraging your body to burn through its fuel reserves a little bit faster. Now okay, it's time for a showdown in the carbohydrate corner. In this corner, weighing in with its full bran and germ intact, we've got the champion of complex carbs, the whole grain. And in the other corner, stripped of its nutrients and fiber, here's the challenger, the refined carb. Think about brown rice versus white rice, or whole wheat bread compared to that fluffy, squishy white bread. The winner, from a metabolic standpoint, is honestly clear, and the reason comes down to a single, powerful word: fiber. Whole grains are just packed with it. This fibrous matrix basically makes your digestive system work for its dinner. It has to put in time and effort to break down the complex structure, which means a slower release of sugar into your bloodstream and, yep, a higher thermic effect of food compared to its refined cousin. Refined carbs, on the other hand, are kinda like a pre-digested meal for your body. They're broken down almost instantly, leading to a rapid spike in blood sugar and insulin, which can encourage fat storage. So, choosing whole grains is like choosing to take the scenic, calorie-burning stairs instead of the express elevator to fat storage. Let's venture into the pantry for a bottle of something sour, pungent, and honestly surprisingly potent apple cider vinegar, or ACV as the cool kids call it. For centuries, this fermented liquid has been touted as a cure-all, but let's, cut through the folklore and look at the science. The key player here is acetic acid, which is produced during the fermentation process. Some promising, albeit small studies suggest that acetic acid can give your metabolism a helping hand. How? Well, it seems to activate an enzyme called AMPK. Think of AMPK as your body's master energy sensor. When it's switched on, it tells your cells to stop storing fat and start burning it for energy. It's like flipping a switch from hoard to burn. Consuming a small amount of ACV, typically diluted in water before a meal, has been linked in some research to modest increases in metabolism and reductions in belly fat and body weight over time. Now, this isn't a magic potion that will melt pounds away overnight, but it can be a useful tool, an acidic assistant in your overall metabolic strategy. What if I told you that one of the most effective metabolic boosters is colorless, odorless, tasteless, and probably flowing out of a tap near you right now? Yes, I'm talking about good old H2O, water. Staying hydrated is fundamental to every single process in your body, including metabolism. Even mild dehydration can cause your metabolic rate to slow down. Think of it like trying to run a factory with low oil. Everything just grinds to a sluggish, inefficient halt. So, drinking enough water is the baseline for an optimized system, but we can take it a step further. Let's talk temperature. When you drink a glass of cold water, your body has to expend energy to warm that water up to your core temperature of 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. This process is known as water-induced thermogenesis. Now, is it a massive calorie burn? No, you're not going to undo a donut by drinking ice water. But the effect is real, and over the course of a day, drinking several glasses of cold water can add up to a small but significant number of extra calories burned, for zero effort. It's the easiest metabolic hack in the book. Our final stop takes us to the tropics, for a fat that, honestly, breaks all the rules: coconut oil. For years, we were told to fear fats, especially saturated ones. But, as with most things in nutrition, the story is more nuanced. Coconut oil is rich in a special type of fat called medium-chain triglycerides, or MCTs. Unlike the more common long-chain triglycerides found in most other fats and oils, MCTs are metabolized differently. They get a VIP pass, skipping the usual digestive route, and heading straight to the liver. In the liver, these MCTs are rapidly converted into energy or ketones, rather than being stored as body fat. This rapid conversion process itself revs up your metabolism, leading to a greater thermic effect compared to other fats. Essentially, your body burns more calories processing MCTs from coconut oil than it does processing the fats from, say, butter or olive oil. Again, this is not a license to start deep frying everything in coconut oil, but incorporating a moderate amount into your diet can be a strategic way to consume fat while giving your metabolism a tropical kick. So there you have it, 7 culinary soldiers ready to be conscripted into your personal metabolic army. From the stimulating kick of coffee and green tea to the thermic tax of protein, the fiery jolt of chili peppers, and the slow-burning efficiency of whole grains. We've seen how apple cider vinegar can flip the fat-burning switch, how cold water makes your body work for free, and how the unique fats in coconut oil take a metabolic shortcut. It's a powerful arsenal, isn't it? The key takeaway here is not to obsess over one single superfood, but to understand the principles at play. This is about building a pattern, a lifestyle where your food choices actively support your body's energy-burning potential. It's about synergy. A spicy chicken and brown rice bowl, washed down with a glass of ice water, is doing so much more for you than just providing nutrients. It's a carefully constructed metabolic masterpiece. You are the architect of your own internal engine. Remember, your body is not your enemy in the battle for a healthy weight. It's your most powerful ally. By understanding how certain foods interact with your physiology, you can work with your body, not against it. You can stoke the flames instead of constantly trying to starve the fire. So go forth, experiment, and enjoy your food, because when you do it right, it's working for you long after you've cleaned your plate. Eat smart, not just less. Your metabolism is your secret weapon.